everyone, and welcome back to the Yoga as Medicine series. This week we're going to do a little play off of last week's video, the hip health video. So last week we did a lot of strengthening and lengthening exercises and yoga poses that focus on hip health and all of its surrounding structures. So I thought that this week we could really focus and pinpoint on the muscles in the glutes. So there are three glutes muscles. There's the gluteus maximus, which is the largest muscle in your body, and what a lot of people think of when they think of working out your glutes. But there's also the gluteus minimus and the gluteus medius. So today I wanted to focus mainly on the gluteus medius. So the gluteus medius is basically like the sides of your hips and the sides of your butt. The gluteus medius starts at a structure called the ilium, which is the top part of your pelvis, and runs down the side until it comes to a structure called the greater trochanter, which is the top of your femur bone, which is your thigh bone. So really, it's trendy now to work out your gluteus medius because, and if you read my blog post, you would know this. If not, I'm going to attach the hip blog post in this video as well. Working out the gluteus medius can actually help minimize the appearance of hip dips or those hip indents. So what those hip dips really are is the space in between where your pelvis and femur are. So typically women have hip dips because we have wider pelvises that sit up higher. So that means we have a greater space in between where the femur and pelvis starts. Anyway, so working the gluteus medius, because it is on the sides of the glutes and the hips, can help minimize the appearance of that. But although you always have to keep in mind that you cannot fight biology, right? This is just the way that our bone structure is. But it has been shown to maybe make it a little bit less visible, as well as also help with those stubborn love handles that we have on the side of our body too, that can also make those hip dips more visible. So I don't want this video to be focused on getting rid of hip dips though. This is just an added bonus that can happen. Really, the gluteus medius is so important because it helps abduct and rotate our thighs, and it also helps stabilize our pelvis, which helps in things like when we're balancing on one foot and when we're walking and running. So all of these are very important in sport. And if you have a weak gluteus medius, it can in turn translate to knee pain, also a condition called valgus knee, which is when your knees cave inwards towards each other. And then as well, it can lead to lower back pain, hip pain, IT band pain. It can even go down to your ankles. So it's really, really important to strengthen the gluteus medius, not only for the aesthetic purposes of it, because it looks nice to have that rounder toned butt and seems to be trendy now, but also because it's really important in our day-to-day life, and especially for athletes to be able to perform at their peak performance. So with that said, let's get started. Today is going to be shorter than the other Yoga as Medicine videos, but it's going to be a little bit hotter. We're going to be building more heat in this video than the other ones, so you'll definitely, I think you'll be feeling the booty burn by the end. So let's get started. We're going to start with some donkey kicks. So you're going to start, when I do donkey kicks, I like to come onto my forearms. So then you want to make sure that you're not kind of collapsing into your shoulder blades. You want to be lifting up and have no tension in the shoulders or the neck here, because we really want to isolate the glutes. And then you're going to flex. Let's just start on the right side. Flex that right foot, drive the heel in towards the glutes, and bring it up and down. So important thing to note here in your donkey kicks is that that right side of the hip is naturally going to want to open up, so you're kind of going to want to rotate out. but you want to try to keep your hips squared down towards the mat as best you can. So here in our donkey kicks, we're really working not only the glutes muscles, all three of the glutes muscles, but we're also working the core, the lower back muscles. There's a lot of stuff going on here. And also your stabilizing leg is working hard too. So all of those muscles are activated in the stabilizing leg as well. Good, so I'm thinking that we're gonna do 30 donkey kicks. So I think we've done about 10 so far, so we got 20 more. I'll be better at counting throughout this. If you've ever taken a class with me, you know I'm not very good with counting. We always end up doing more reps. Good, halfway there. Good, let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to hold it up here. We're just going to do a little tiny pulse, so it's just up an inch and down, up an inch and down. Super tiny range of motion here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now keep it lifted. Now you're going to press into your palms. Walk the hands back in line with the shoulders. You're going to extend that right leg out. Now it's okay to open out the hip, because what we're going to do is we're going to come shift over to one side, and we're going to work a little bit on the hamstring as well as the glutes now. So lift your arm up. Keep your thigh lifted up off the mat as best you can. Again, you don't want to collapse down here. Now you're going to take the heel, kick it in towards the tush, and then out. In and out. Now here, I don't want you rushing through this, so we're not going in, out, in, out, in, out. When we work from a place of stillness, we feel this work a lot more, and the muscles are working it even harder, right? Because we're feeling it more. So here, you are, like I said before, you're not only working the glutes, you're working the hamstrings, and you're also working the obliques, the transverse abdominis. So those are those waist clenching muscles. You're working the core because you have to stabilize yourself and balance. Good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we come back around, nice and easy. Still working with that right leg. Last thing we're going to do with the right leg until we take a little break. Now you're going to point the toes. We're going to do rainbow taps. So you're going to tap the toes over to one side and then lift as high as you can to bring the leg over to tap on the other side. So this is really starting to work on the upper tushy. Gives that butt a nice little perky look to it. And again, you're working those core muscles because you have to stabilize here. And you really engage the core and draw your navel in towards your spine so you don't get that arch back. Good, we're just going to do 10 more. 9. Stabilizing leg is really feeling it here. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And last one right here. Tap and take it back to a child's pose. Awesome, so that was our little donkey cake series. And of course, we have to even it out and do it on the left to slowly make our way up. Now I'm just going to shift to the other side. Oops, there goes my mat. And we're going to move on to moving the left leg, and now our right leg is going to stabilize. All right, so first coming down onto the forearms, we can do that traditional donkey kick. Not collapsing into the shoulders. Flex that left foot, kicking up and down. So we do 30 of these regular donkey kicks. Good. About 20 more. I always feel like the second side is a bit tougher than the first side because you've already worked that stabilizing leg. So it's still a little sore from that previous side. Good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we hold it up at the top, just up and down an inch. Up and down an inch. Try to stay nice, slow and controlled here. Don't rush through this movement. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now extend that leg out. Now it's okay to open out that hip. We come onto the palm of the hand. Now you try to get your wrist in line with your shoulder as best you can. Good. Opening out. Lifting that arm up. Now we work into the hamstrings as well as the glutes by really flexing that foot, kicking the heel in and out. So also by flexing that foot, you're also really engaging the calf muscles too. So you feel that great big stretch in the back of the leg. So you want to try not to let your foot fall down close towards the earth. You want to try to keep that thigh lifted the whole time. Good, breath is nice and steady. I'm already starting to feel the heat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Back down to the mat. Now we point the toes, we come into those rainbows. So I'm making sure I'm not arching my back. I draw my navel in. Here we go. Tap to one side, lift. Again, lift the thigh up as much as you can to tap over to the other side. Lift and tap. So if you can't come all the way over to the side, that's okay. Just go to wherever you can. Depending on your hip flexibility, that's where you'll be able to come onto the other side. And noticing that the side may be different than the other. As we have 10 more taps. 9, 8, 7. No tension in the neck or the shoulders. I noticed I was sinking a little bit. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more tap over to one side. Tap over to the other side. And rest. Little child's pose. going to be coming onto our bellies and doing a grasshopper lift, which is really going to get into your outer and inner thighs, and then we're going to do a little burn at the end of that grasshopper that you're really going to feel isolated just in the glutes. So take 2 more breaths here. And the grasshopper can be a little tricky for people who have never done it before, so don't feel discouraged if you cannot lift your thighs up off the mat, which you'll see in a moment. It takes a lot of practice and strengthening. So, with that said, let's come onto our bellies. You're going to make a pillow with your hands. Your forehead rests down onto your hands. Now you're going to bring your heels in and your toes out. So heels are in towards the glutes. Make sure you're not arching that back and adding extra strain on the lower back. So we're just going to do 10 of these, lifting the thighs up off the mat as much as you can and drop down. So that's 1, already, 2, 3, again, just lift as high as you can. When you lift, you want to try not to bring the heels back out. You want to keep the heels in, because that's what's really targeting the outer side of the glutes and thighs. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, little burn, we hold it up. You're going to bring the knees in and out, keeping the thighs up. Just 10. So we got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, a nice little squeeze there. Inhale, just lift up to a nice cobra. Exhale, take it back to little child's pose. And then we're going to come onto our sides now. So, for these next 2 exercises, which are the last exercises, by the way, I told you we're a little quicker and less wordy today. Maybe just quicker, not less wordy, just because there's less exercises. So, if you have a resistance band, you can add the resistance band. If you don't, you're still going to get the same effects without it, so no biggie. If you do have a resistance band, I want you to take it right above the knee. Now, I don't mean above the knee as in above the knee, like moving your band up further away from the knee. Okay, just a little bit. And then we're going to come lay onto our side, resting on our forearm, and taking, so let's just say, what did I start with? I'm on my left hip. So just for the sake of being on the same side, everyone come onto your left hip first, so that your left forearm is down, again, not sinking in, and just taking your right hand in front of you to stabilize. Now your knees, thighs, and feet are stacked, and we're going to come into some clamshells. So for the clamshells, super basic, you just open up the knees, keep the feet together, and bring it in, out, and in. So guys, if you were just going to repeat one exercise every day from this video, please make it clamshells. Clamshells are such an awesome exercise for so many things. You are strengthening your glutes, your thighs, you're helping with your lower back. And so also what you're doing in here is you're working those abducting muscles that help move your thigh. So important. So you're really feeling it in the back, lower back portion of your thighs. So all those posterior chain muscles that are on the back side of the body are working hard. So we're going to do 30 of these. So we're halfway there. So we got 15 more. Good. Remembering to try to keep the feet together. So a lot of times I see people doing clamshells like this. So I like to practice the clamshells with the feet together. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, the left thigh down, and you extend that leg out. So again, this is more abduction work. Keep the foot flexed, and you're going to come up and down. Up and down. So looks easy, you're just lifting the leg up and down, but actually a lot going on in the back side of the body, just like those clamshells. So we're going to do just 20 of these, because then we're going to add in some fun stuff at the end that's really going to create that burn in the booty. Good, so we're about 5 in. And again, here you don't want to rush, so we're not going up, down, up and down, and just swinging our leg. We're working hard so we can feel all those muscles. Good, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now we hold it up. We're going to do those little pulses again. Up an inch, down. Up an inch, down. Just 10 of these. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Isometric hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. We come up to the other side. So switching. So your right hip is down with your right forearm down on the mat. Okay. Here we go. So coming into those clamshells, feet together. Let me bring my hands up a little bit more. Good. Coming out and in. So remember, we've got 30 clamshells. We're nearing the end. Our last 2 exercises. Good, we're about 5 in here. Good, 20 more. I love exercises that you can find both in physical therapy and classes and general fitness classes, which clamshells is a big PT exercise. Knee, hip, all those lower extremities, you'll usually have clamshells in your protocol. But also I like to teach this in my fitness classes too, because it's just an added bonus that you get to strengthening with it. Good, 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, now extending that leg out. Doing those sideline leg lifts, up and down. So another thing with these leg lifts that you want to remember is that you don't want the leg to be coming out further past your body. You want to keep it in line with your hip right here. And keep that foot flexed. Good, so we're doing 20 of these. So I'd say we're about 6 in now. So we'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one we hold it up, we do those little pulses up and down an inch, up and down an inch, up and down an inch, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Isometric hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, release. Whew. Shake it out. If you have the band on, let's take that band off. Oops. And we'll come just take that figure 4 stretch to stretch the glutes and the hip joints out a little bit after that. Crossing your left ankle over your right thigh. Remember, if you want a deeper stretch, you bring that leg in closer, otherwise you keep it out. Oof, that feels very good after all that work we just did. Good, switch it to the other side. Good, and slowly release. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I really highly recommend that you repeat this video over and over again, or just memorize the exercises if you don't want to hear my voice, and do those exercises every day. This stuff is a great complement to cardio because it's toning and you're still working your body hard. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next Yoga is Medicine video. Namaste.